right, I'm back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
There we go. I'm talking about what up. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? Y'all know it's Tuesday morning. And let me see if I can get something right there. There we go, baby. Let's get a little something cracking in that background. But yeah, we here. It's Tuesday morning, man. We ain't been in the kitchen. What? It's been about a week, right? I don't think we came in next week, but we here now. Let me unmute you, my brother. There we go. Yeah, we here Tuesday morning. It's been a little minute. We was in on the Draft Network last week. I said the network. Draft stream,
Network.
The draft stream last week, and I came on solo Friday. But Tuesday morning, I think we took last Tuesday morning off, man. So I'm glad we here. We back in the kitchen where we supposed to be. And how you feeling this morning, my brother?
Well, I actually took a cold shower this morning, so I'm freaking hyped up. I got the adrenaline going right now, so I'm ready for this show. We missed out on last week, so we're gonna pack 2 shows worth of energy into this one. So
that's it.
Hopefully your seatbelt.
That's it, man. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about top 5s, man. When I told my boy, Rock like to put in a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of homework, and I said, bro, just give your brain a moment of rest to give your time to charge those batteries. Let me handle this. All right. So I went ahead and I said, listen, no research, no extra work, nothing put into it other than what we want, what we think, and what we think the people like. And today we're gonna talk top 5. And when I say top 5, I don't mean the top 5 that's already out there, the top 5 that you can go Google right now and look up. I mean the top 5 of guys who we like or we believe can be the next top 5, if you want to call it that. So that's what we're gonna do today. And see who we can get right. Maybe y'all call us out or we save this and keep our receipts for next season. Who knows? But today is about a top 5, baby. But yeah, man, regardless, we in the kitchen and we gotta holler at the people. My boy Patty Mills, and he's in the building. Jake is in the building for sure. My boy 6 Ring Dynasty. I knew he was gonna talk crazy, man. He always talk crazy. Hey, man, listen. When I say top 5, brother, I'm just saying he can be there. All right? I ain't saying he did now. I'm just saying he could be there. All right. My boy Vol, he's in the building. What's good, bro? And
don't do that next. Oh my God, you showed that next comment. He's crazy.
Yeah, man. Come on, 6 Rings. What you got going on, brother? Wild boy, man. But yeah, like I said, man, today's about a top 5, man. I know right now in the space and on the internet, period, right? It's not nothing going on, bro. The hottest topics is Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. Like, I'm not dating either one. I can't have no fun with the Cardi or the B. So I'm just saying, why do I care? It doesn't matter to me. My boy Stephon Diggs has some pink crystal light. He was selling the girls on the boat. So, hey, man, I'm not knocking nobody in these situations.
Biz, what was that? Do you know what that was?
Yeah, it was crystal light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Do you think when Cardi saw it, she was like, oh,
hey, well, I'm gonna tell you this. I know one thing. When the New England Patriots saw it, and they, that from what I'm hearing, let the radio station tell it he could be cut soon. As who knows? I just know when Mike Vrabel saw that, what the hell? He said he that was his instant song he played in the car on the way to work because he's trying to figure out what the hell was going on, man. But my boy is back at practice, OTAs. He's there. The workout clips have never stopped showing. So for a guy coming off a major injury and possibly having a major win with his new thing he got at home, man. Hey, no knocks on him, no knocks on the situation. But I ain't gonna lie, Rock. I'm over the news. Like, I'm just saying all that to say it's nothing going on in sports right now, right? We got the NBA. The NBA championship, nobody seems to care about. You know, I mean, I'm gonna try to watch it though. I think Thursday is the first game. I'm gonna try to watch it, man. The Knicks went out, they lost. As long as the Knicks don't win in any sport, in New York, period. As long as they don't win nothing, I'm cool with that. So the Knicks lost, the Pacers are going. You know, OKC, your squad is going, man. Hopefully, you know, they can get a championship there.
It used to be my squad. I haven't been in a while, but I wouldn't mind if they won. They haven't won anything ever before, so.
Well, I say this, man. It's a tough pill to swallow when you have Kevin Durant, who won MVP, Russell Wilson, who won MVP, James Harden.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Westbrook. James Harden, who won one in Houston, but he was on your team. He won the sixth man that year. And you have SGA, and you got pretty much 4 drafted MVPs in this league, and you don't have any championships to show for it. So hopefully, man, they can pull this one out. And I believe they had a better team. And we'll see what happened with that. But long story short, like I said earlier, man, nothing is going on in sports. So I didn't want Rock to bore you guys with a whole bunch of guessing game news about nothing that we don't know, right?
We just got boats and hoes going on. That's it.
Boats and hoes. Yeah, I wish we would have had to give up here. But again, that was the purpose of me just saying, you know what, bro, let's just create something. Let's just do something for the people, something for us, and make it entertaining. Because right now, I think that's what the space is missing. It's entertainment. I think it's, again, a lot of repeat rents, and OTAs, and who gonna score this, and who runs the fastest, man. How
many different shows can we have about rankings? You know, that's all it is. It's just
that's all it is.
Rank these guys. All right, we already did the rookies. Now let's do the vets.
Exactly.
It's just all the same shit.
So I mean, and I know, respect to everyone that does those type of shows, and you know, you got your thing, do it, right? I just didn't want to do that today, and maybe for the next couple of weeks, man, we won't just talk about a bunch of stuff that we're guessing on. Right now, we want to just create our own lane and have fun and bring you guys here to hopefully have fun with us. So again, today is top 5, and Rob, I'm not gonna lie. When I thought about the top 5, I gotta give you the original top 5 because I don't know if you know this yet, brother. But the original top 5 is always gonna be, once it pops up, Dylon, and Dylon. That is the real top 5. Okay, I don't know who else, and he spits hot fire. So I'm just saying, the original top 5, we know who it is. And he's spitting high fire, man. But our top
You're too close, man. You're too close.
Our top 5 is coming up soon. But before we get to the top 5 and all that good stuff, we got to talk about one thing. And I'm gonna let you speak your piece because you was going crazy yesterday and all my sleeper notifications. So this Madden cover, Saquon Barkley, congratulations, man. You got this. You got the, I want to say, the gift of the Madden cover. He seems to be happy with it. He's celebrating. A lot of the people, you know, shouting him out.
It is a badass cover. It's probably the coolest cover I've ever seen on Madden.
Right, just imagine being like the guy, because I don't even remember who. It wasn't a Luakon. Who was it that made that try to attempt that tackle?
It's on our Discord feed. It's like, could you imagine being the guy that Saquon Barkley springboards off your forehead?
Yeah, bro. Like, this is just so embarrassing, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And now it's the Madden cover too. Like,
exactly. That's his face right there. His name is Jerrion Jones. Jerrion Jones, seeing his dome being used as a springboard on the game cover. That's the face he's making right there.
But what makes it worse is Saquon, I mean, his hand is there, but Saquon never touched him. He just jumped with no assistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, you know, when people get dunked on and you see the player put his hand on the head or shoulder.
And then his crotch gets smashed right in the...
Literally, Saquon did it without being touched, bro. Like, that got to be the most... We know Odell Beckham's catch with the 3 fingers in the corner. That was an iconic thing. But Saquon Barkley's backflip, jump, hurdle, whatever you want to call it, it's got to be the greatest accomplishment in sports juke move history. You know what I'm saying?
Season game, it's right there with the OBJ catch.
It definitely 100%.
The craziest things. There's some crazy things that have happened, like the Giants catch, that Tyreek head catch. Against the Patriots. I think it's crazy shit like that. Julian Edelman catching the Super Bowl as well. So, but this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That's definitely one. And the crazy part is not a catch. Like those other guys had most of the highlights you see, steal shots, is like catches. This isn't even a catch. This is just a football move that he created.
Pure athleticism. That's it.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So that might be a show topic. We might got to go through some of the greatest not moments, but I don't know what you want to call it, but we'll figure it out. We might have to bring that to the cook up, man, and see how we can compare the best or the worst. But I'll tell you this, butt fumble might be the worst one, but we'll
we can do the top 5 and the worst 5 athletic things we've ever seen.
For sure. But congratulations to Saquon. He got the Madden cover for those that play Madden.
He got the Madden curse.
I was just about to say, I didn't mean to say that, but he got the Madden cover for those that play the game, man. Congratulations to you. But I will say this, man, throwback. I wish I would have damn, it's on my other phone. Me and Mike, when I first started this show last year, right around this time, me and Mike had I did a Madden curse show. It was an episode, and I think we went through all of the covers from beginning to whatever, right? And we talked about Christian McCaffrey, and I said out loud, Christian McCaffrey is going to suffer the curse, bro. It's going to happen, this, that, and the third. And last year we saw what happened, right? Now I'm not saying that I'm a psychic. I'm not saying I know this is for sure going to happen, but I put it here on the graphic. Madden congrats or Madden curse. Now I saw you yesterday. You went out there and said, I'm gonna stand on this curse and I'm gonna make sure I prepare for the worst. So let us know your thoughts. One, on the curse, and is it really happening? Is it real? And also let us know about these dynasty moves you were making yesterday, bro. Because my timeline was all over with T-Rock making these splash moves, bro.
Well, I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. So what I did when I saw, as soon as on Twitter, that he was on the Madden cover, I went to Sleeper and I immediately started putting in trade requests for Will Shipley. And I had already heard earlier in the week from Underdog that Will Shipley, he should be drafted in the same tier as guys like Blake Corum, like Ray Davis. Players who are on like high octane offenses that do score, that do love to run the ball. For some reason, Will Shipley he's not with the Braylon Allens. He's not with the Isaac Guerendos or any of those other guys. He's always drafted after all of those guys for whatever reason. And he's playing on one of the most run heavy offenses in the NFL behind the best offensive line in the NFL. And we're not drafting him whatsoever. So I heard that a couple of days ago, and then the Madden cover came out yesterday.
Yeah.
So I started seeing what I could do. I got him for a third and a fourth in my first league. So I'm like, all right, the third that's the benchmark standard right there as far as the price goes. I just started sending them for a third everywhere. And I got not one, not two, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 shares now. Will Shipley.
I'm screenshotting you now, brother. I'm screenshotting you now. Go ahead. I'm gonna post them up here in a minute, man. So people can know that you practicing what you preaching right now.
Yeah, no, I got a whole bunch of shares for him. And maybe it is. I always try to preach, though, that you shouldn't necessarily be trading for players during the offseason because a lot of things can happen in OTAs. Players can get hurt. But for me personally, I do not believe that A.J. Dillon is someone to be feared. He's been out of football for a year, and he didn't really do anything in Green Bay. I'm not worried about him whatsoever. We haven't seen that much from Will Shipley, but what we did see is a couple really explosive plays in the Super Bowl. So that's enough for me. I thought he was a pretty decent prospect. He was just behind Saquon Barkley. He's one of the best RBs in the NFL. So he's not going to get much playing time. But yeah, this Madden curse, man, this is one of those things that I've been, by believing in, I've been more right than wrong. There have been a couple of instances where that player was spared. He was not sacrificed to the Madden gods that year. But outside of that, this is not one thing that I'm going to mess with. Also, too, there's also a history of players that have been the offensive player of the year. And also, too, everyone has been, that I hear, whether it's on Fantasy Pros or other shows, this guy had 480 touches. He owned almost 500 touches last year.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he could have literally broke the rushing record if he didn't sit out the last game. So he ran enough last year to say his tires are definitely worn a little bit, even with the off season of regenerating health and relaxing and getting your mind right.
Yeah.
last year's toe can carry over into this year. No matter, I don't care if he went and laid down in the ice sculpture for 6 months and never did anything and walked on his feet. That still takes a toll on your body. Now, he is a freak of nature. We all know that. We all know there is only one Saquon Barkley in this league. When we're talking just how he treats his body, right? It shows on the field and off the field, but he does have an injury history. And just like CMC having an injury history, when he got the Madden cover, he got hurt, right? I'm not saying that I want to see Saquon hurt. Nobody wants to see it. But if you were to ever bet on a player, possibly, I'm not saying get hurt because we don't want to wish that on him. Possibly not playing the full season. Let's just call it that. Not playing the full season. The Madden curse, for some reason, seems to be your good excuse to say, yeah, this guy might not play 17 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't mess with Ouija boards. I don't mess with any type of dark magic, and I put the Madden cover. I don't mess with the Madden cover. I don't whatsoever. Also, too, Six Rings Dynasty. He's played like 5 snaps. Why are you hating on Will Shipley? He's done nothing to you whatsoever. So why are you hating on him?
You sound like that's your nephew or something. He's done nothing to you, man. I'm sitting here trying to find this thing, but I will bring this up because I did say earlier I was going to bring it up and show that, again, you standing on your word, man. You made this trade. You hit it on the timeline, and I forgot your tweet that you put out. I literally should have screenshotted the whole thing. But so I'm going to ask you this right before we get into the whole show, because I saw what you did on the other trade. So this was your highest paid offer. Yeah. What made you send the fourth with it? Or they countered it?
This is a 1 QB league. So those fourths do not matter whatsoever. And the guy wanted a second. A couple of people wanted a second. And I was like, you're not getting a freaking second, man. It's just, as much as I believe in this curse, I'm not gonna pay you that price because
come on, bro.
Yeah, some people are just wild when it comes to their trade offers. But no, with it being a 1 QB league, and the guy was like, fuck it, I got him off waivers. I'll take the third and the fourth. I'm like, all right, fine. You can have it. He'll be starting pretty soon for me. So, but here's the thing. He's probably never going to see my starting lineup because I have Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, RJ Harvey. I have a pretty stacked RB room. But now he doesn't have to be on someone else's team. So I'm happy with it.
And then that was 14, and I screenshotted it later. But all of these were literally like seamlessly within like the 2-hour range, right? You sent another one, Dr. B, one of our own. You got that one locked in, and then you went to another league, and you got Ridge running, man. So
shout out to Ridge, who he tunes in on most of our shows. He said he loves our shows, so shout out to you.
Well, I mean, you stand on your words, brother. You stand on your words. The ship will not sink as long as Rock is at the head of the whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I couldn't think of my line, bro. I got
at the helm. It's called the helm.
You know, when you try to talk some talk, man, you try to kick some game and your words fumbled. I dropped the bag on that one, man. But
no, it's okay. It happens to me every time.
Shout out to Pops. We appreciate you coming through. And my boy Dynasty D is in the building once again. What's good with you, bro? But yeah, man, the Madden curse. We'll see, Rock. I'll just say this, right? Let's just say you believing in Will Shipley, right? You saying that you believe that if it was ever a year for this to pop out and for it to happen for the ship, we'll see, this is the year, this is the time with this curse being possibly real. Give us a realistic outcome. Let's just say, we don't know the outcome of Saquon Barkley's injury, so I know we're making stuff up at this point. But let's just say Saquon misses games. We don't know how many. We don't know if he even gets hurt. He could just be sitting out a little bit. What's a realistic season for Will Shipley coming into this season? And the reason why, because you didn't just trade because of a curse, right? I mean, I know that might have been the spark of it, but you still believe in the player as well. You know what I'm saying? So what's like a realistic thing for Will Shipley this year, guessing that Saquon doesn't play a full 17?
What I think is also very, very likely too is they don't want to go in even though they did draft Will Shipley in the 4th round, which is pretty decent capital. It's right on the edge of, being someone that could start in the NFL. They don't want to go into the season with just him and AJ Dillon. So if the worst does happen to Saquon Barkley, I would expect someone like Cam Akers, Nick
Oh
Chubb
yeah.
or J.K. Dobbins
Yeah.
getting signed to, and I have a lot of those players as well. I just started drafting Nick Chubb and J.K. Dobbins. They just kept falling because they're not on an NFL team right now. But we know that they're talented enough that they should be playing. If Kareem Hunt could be playing to have a productive season for the Chiefs, then we should expect one of those guys to do the same thing as well. But let's say that they don't necessarily do that. I mean, like I said before, they were one of the run heaviest teams in the NFL last year. I mean, when I think of run heavy, I think of them. I think of the Baltimore Ravens. I think of the San Francisco 49ers. They are defined by the run. Oh, also to the Packers. So last year in particular. So I would expect him to have plenty of top 12 weeks because in the same way, what was his name? Jordan Mason had, remember how many top 12 weeks he had with Christian McCaffrey out? If he can have half of those, that Jordan Mason has, let's say he just has 3 or 4, that would be a productive year. But what I really expect is that they go back to being maybe more of a pass-heavier team.
Same
so A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
But Shipley catch passes too. He catch passes
He does. He does. So I expect the offense to be far more balanced this upcoming year if the worst were to happen. What about you? What do you think?
Well, I was just going to say this. I'm going to be honest, bro. I think they should be far more balanced anyway because you just saw Saquon run for 2,000 plus yards, almost 3,000 after with the Super Bowl included. Or maybe he did reach 3,000. I can't remember, but he was close to that mark. And why would I want that for another full season again when I know I need him when it counts? So we had the first year, everything worked out. We love Saquon. Thank you. But we want you to kind of scale it back, and we are going to force the scale back so that we can get to where we want to be again, is a Super Bowl. I'm not banking on Saquon running for 175 yards a game every game this year. Like, if I'm them, I'm playing more Shipley. I'm playing A.J. Dillon. I might even sign a Cam Akers at some point and just have him just waiting around in the wings. I mean, it's a lot of different things. And we all know the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. They will sign anybody just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they went and signed Amari Cooper right now, it would not surprise me because that's just what they do. They just go get players with value and namesake. And if they use them, they use them. They don't, they don't. They just had Julio Jones a couple years ago, just sitting on the bench chilling, So I'm just saying that to say if they did sign a Cam Akers off the street and just had him on the team, I wouldn't look at that as, oh, no, they don't believe in Will Shipley. I just look at it as another body that they've seen the body of work and they trust it. So as much as I don't like the Eagles, they know what they're doing, bro. So I don't never question moves that they make. I just know that if I'm the head coach at GM, I want Saquon to tone it down early and we'll get him revved up later for the long stretch of the season. So.
Yeah, it's just tough. When you got the horses, you want to see them go out there and run the fastest they can. So it's hard when you have those types of players not to just run your offense through them. So we'll see what happens.
But like you said, though, the offense is so good. They really don't need it. They did it last year because I think that was just, this is our new shiny, toy and we got to use it. But now that you've seen it, you can get right back to Jalen Hurts throwing the Smitty and A.J. Brown and Saquon. I'm not saying he wouldn't be missed, but he wouldn't have to be the 100% focal point of the offense, bro.
Yeah, but the only time that, whenever I hear people say, oh, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. Well, look at what the Chiefs have done the last 2 years. Like, you don't really need to use the best quarterback in the NFL and Patrick Mahomes, and look what happens. Looks like booty cheeks in the playoffs and barely wins. So, and then gets his ass slapped by fucking Philadelphia, So that's the only other thing that I would say, though, is when you have a player that's as special as Saquon Barkley, they are going to use the hell out of him, which is why, that's why I got on my Will Shipley shares. So,
well, I'll say this, brother. I'm in a league where the benches aren't shallow. It's probably like 2 or 3 rounds less than where we are in our other ones. And I got Will Shipley this morning, brother, in the free agency. So we standing on it. We
Hey,
good with it.
You just picked him up. That's it.
Got him this morning, bro. Got him this morning. Zach Moss and him was the top two. I got some Will Shipley. So I'm with you. I got a ship in the ocean somewhere, and we're gonna see if we can ride out with it. You know, we gonna go get some crab legs or something. You know how them crab fishers do. So
thoughts and prayers to Saquon Barkley. He needs all the protection he can get. He needs to consult with some different priests, some different witch doctors, but it won't matter.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see, man. But we putting the chips on the ship. That's how we going. That's how we getting it done. And we are gonna get to this top 5 like we promised y'all. I know I keep saying it, keep mentioning it, but I think after we didn't brought the curse and we didn't trying to figure out a way to defeat the curse, it's time to get to that top 5. So I just want to remind y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we're gonna be right back with the top 5.
Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Rock, you know what I just noticed, man, when we was on the break?
What?
I literally sat here and realized that I haven't coughed one time. It feels really good to not have to cough, bro. What has been like 8 weeks, 9 weeks? Especially me. I was on here coughing, pressing mute, hacking. Your boy is back, man. I'm feeling good.
It was bad.
I literally just noticed that, like, damn, I ain't even coughed yet. So, I think we back to action, baby. I think we back to action. Will, I appreciate you, big dog. Hey, man, we trying to do what we got to do when we got to do it, man. So we appreciate you at least letting us know that we doing the right things, man. But top 5, like I said before, Rock, I think it's that time. For those that are late, those that are just joining, this isn't your regular ADP consensus top 5. These aren't the guys that you would look at in your league right now like, hold on, how the hell they got them in the top 5? They ain't top 5 in my league. You know what I'm saying? We talking top 5 guys that we either want to be in the top 5 or guys that should be at some point moving forward, whether it's this year, next year, because you always got to give these guys some time. So top 5, who's the next top 5? And I got a face on here, Rock, that usually wouldn't be. It's your boy Brock Purdy. 1, I know he's your guy, but 2, that contract, I believe, solidified a little bit of, we could feel safer now that Brock Purdy is paid, right? And we all talk about rushing quarterbacks or guys that can move their wheels, and Brock Purdy can run, bro. As much as we hate him and talk down on him, Mr. Irrelevant and this and that, the guy got some wheels, man. I watch Brock Purdy sometime and I laugh because I'm like, bro, he's scooting and booting, man. He ain't out there just laying on the ground like, oh no, they coming. He out of there. So I don't know if he's going to be in your top 5. He won't be in mine. I keep it 100 with you, but.
Oh, what the hell? I thought you were leading off your top 5 with Brock Purdy, and I was going to be like, I'm so proud of it. What is going on right now? It's all misdirection.
Come on, Rock, man. You know damn well Brock Purdy ain't in my top 5, bro. What the hell? Come on, man. you know that,
guys. He just totally bamboozled me.
I damn sure did, man. So I say all that to say, pretty much that Brock Purdy could be in a top 5, right? He could be a top 5 player at his position at some point. The time is ticking, but a contract, I believe, secures a lot of future for him. But I'm going to leave mine off, man, with the quarterbacks. And honestly, Rock, I'm keeping 100. I didn't even write down a list. I wanted to just literally keep it natural, keep it fresh. And I guess when we go quarterbacks, I love me some Lamar Jackson and Jaden. All these guys already top 5, right? So I can't put them and elevate them to where they already are. But I will say I have a group of guys that I think if, let's just say Lamar Jackson says, I'm out of here, I quit, man, I don't want to play football no more. Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying? Like these things happen, right? And these guys just for some reason, because some people didn't have Josh Allen as a top 5 player, and he just took off with the right coach. So, and Stephon Diggs giving them that crystal light pink lemonade. I believe that's what Josh Allen had. So I say all that to say to get to my top 5, my QBs. I would have to 100% go. And I know Six Rings is gonna hate this one, man, but I gotta go JJ McCarthy in that top 5. I'm not gonna give him number 1, but I'm gonna give him in that top 5, man. We already talked about the offense. We talk about the coach. We talk about everybody around them with all the sons, Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, Mason, like all these sons around them. I believe my boy can go out there and really cook over the next year or so. And hey, man, it's only going to take one hype because it takes one season for a lot of these players to elevate, Rock, right? If he goes out there and balls out, and we know he's only on year 2 of his career. If he balls out, the first thing people gonna say is, "Man, he's so
basically
young."
Year 1. He's played like half a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's so young that you're going to give him a chance to. He's going to be pushed up. I don't know where he's at in ADP right now, but I know for sure he can push up 7-10 spots, bro, in one season if he really goes off. So I got to get him up there. I actually was going to put Caleb up there, but I believe in some people's eyes, Caleb is like number 6. So it was kind of hard to put him up there. So I got JJ, I got Bo Nix, I got it's kind of tough, Rock.
JJ McCarthy, he's gone in the 5th round. He's the QB 18 in startups. So
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I believe after this season, he can definitely shoot up to number 8, 100%.
Bo Nix is QB 10. He's gone in the 3rd round.
Okay. All right. Well, I know Bo ain't there yet. So I'm gonna go Jay. Now I hope the reason I didn't want to go all my 5 in a row, Rock, because I feel like I'm gonna take half of yours too. But it don't matter.
Go one at a time if you want.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say JJ 100%. But we're gonna have some of the same because it ain't but 32 quarterbacks, and we not gonna go all the way down to the bottom of the list. So I'm gonna just say JJ 100%, Bo Nix 100%. I'm gonna go 2. Those are my top 2 right now that are going to reach the top 5 at some point, whether it's this year or next year. I'm gonna give those guys top 5. Who you got? Give me your 2.
Well, shout out to you in that Friday show. We talked about, or you talked about Caleb Williams and the other guys in the class like JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix, and no one was talking about Bo Nix. Yep. So I love the fact that you put, because I personally am going to be drafting Bo Nix either at the same level or ahead of Caleb Williams. We saw enough from him last year.
Like that.
That, with his rushing upside, being on a team that is, has one of the best defenses in the NFL. And also, too, he was able to produce at a high level as a QB1 with only Cortland Sutton. That was it. And it's just now that you have RJ Harvey who can catch passes, now that you have Evan Ingram, who, is another weapon for outside of Cortland Sutton. I mean, it should only get better for Bo Nix than what he did in his rookie season. So I'm very excited for him. And for JJ McCarthy, we're just going on a hope and a dream.
Yeah.
But you know what? Of all the different teams that he could be, it'd be like if he was with the Rams. It's like we very much believe in what they're doing in Minnesota. They just extended their GM. They've been building one hell of a squad over there. They also have a good defense. They have a good running game, very balanced offense in general. There really isn't any weaknesses. When I think of their offense, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like the Lions, where it's like they have just weapons at every different position. So if JJ McCarthy can just steer the ship, he's going to eat. So I absolutely love those first 2 picks.
Well, I'm going to say this. Instead of us going with our top 5, because I think it's going to be too many players to kind of debate, let's just say we create both of ours combined. So I'm going to give you my 2, and then on the last one, we'll disagree to disagree, but kind of be mutual with it. So
okay,
you go 2, and we'll figure out the last one together, and we're going to do that for each position. So Bo Nix and JJ are my starting 2.
Okay.
What you got?
So the first one that I want to go with, I'm pretty shocked that he's this far down, Kenneth Walker.
No, we're going to go quarterbacks, bro. Quarterbacks.
Only quarterbacks.
Yeah, we're going to go to each position. Yeah. We're going to go each position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have just we're going to go quarterbacks first. Just quarterbacks. Give me 2 quarterbacks.
Man. So I'm looking at my favorite QBs right now. Let me go with, I'll start off with Justin Herbert. Okay. Justin Herbert
is he kind of close already though, but I'll give you that one though. I'll give you that one.
So I think he's I mean, I could have gone Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts. They're definitely in the top 5. I guess, yeah, I think maybe he would be top 5. All right, you know what? I'm going to go a little bit further down the list.
Because I wanted to put Caleb in it, but to some people, Caleb is number 5 though. Some people have Caleb over Joe Burrow and Herbert and Mahomes. Like
Let's put some respect then on Baker Mayfield.
There we
Baker
go.
Mayfield
Right.
is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. I understand that some people are going to be down on him because he's now gone through his 3rd OC, but he just got Emeka Ibuka. Bucky Irvin looks like one of the best RBs in the league, and he's going into his 2nd year. He still has Mike Evans. I hope that Chris Godwin can recover from his injury. I'm a little bit worried about that. And people keep talking about in our chat, Jalen McMillan. Jalen McMillan, he was overshadowed at Washington, but then, when all the injuries started happening in Tampa Bay, he really stepped up and he won people a lot of different games during the playoffs when it really mattered most. And that is meaningful, for a lot of people. So people like Jalen McMillan. So I love the offense they have. And he's been I think he's been a top 5 fantasy quarterback for now 2 years in a row.
Yep.
So I think
and that was when Chris Godwin got hurt. Because remember, when Chris Godwin was leading the league, he was killing. We all thought, at least I thought, when Godwin got hurt, I thought Baker, I ain't gonna say I thought he was done, but I didn't see what was to come when he just kept going. Like, all right, Godwin gone, next. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just kept going. Yeah. So I like that call on Baker. Keep going though.
And I guess the other QB I would go with, I mean, maybe you'll have to be a tiebreaker. It's between Brock Purdy and Jackson Dart. So
hey, you gonna put Dart in there already, huh?
Yeah, just because I'm just going off my tier of my favorite players right now.
This is my guy list. Yeah. I like that.
So if we're not going with Herbert, who's probably number 5, the only other one that I would also consider, maybe this could be our 5th one, is Cam Ward. So I really like both of these rookies that are coming out this year. And both of them, especially Jackson Dart, has rushing upside. He has an elite weapon in Malik Neighbors, who Adam has been talking about a lot recently. And he's been making a really good case that he should be considered maybe even ahead of JJ or Jamar Chase, or at least can produce at that same tier and level. So with also CeeDee Lamb as well. So I absolutely love that. They have, he has Brian Daboll, who can coach him up, and he's just a very quarterback friendly coach, in New York. So I think, and he can pass the ball deep. That's the other thing that I absolutely love about Jackson Dart, and also Brock Purdy too, is that they can make all the passes, throughout the entire field. But mainly, I really love Jackson Dart for his rushing upside too, that people don't really think of when they think of Jackson Dart. So it sounds like maybe I want to put Jackson Dart on this list. I talked about him a little bit. I've talked about Brock Purdy quite a bit. We talked about him after he got his contract. Oh, man.
Well, just give me your 2, and then I suggest my last, and then we'll debate your last. So give me your 2. You lock in 2.
I'll go with Brock Purdy. Just because we've seen it before. Mm-hmm. We've seen him play like one of the best QBs in the league. And that was his rookie year, when he was first playing, which is absolutely wild. He's got his contract. We'll see if they can actually be a healthy offense this year. Let's go with Brock Purdy as the number 4 QB.
So it was Dart and Purdy, right?
No, we went with Purdy and Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Baker. Okay. Baker and Purdy. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this one, Rock. I got a name that I want to say that this might surprise a lot of people that know me, especially people that know me personally. But looking at what's around, looking at what just happened this offseason for this guy, and the contract is dead. I'm going to go. He was there before. He fell out. I believe he will make his way back. I'm going Trevor Lawrence, man.
Targaryen? Oh, my God.
Trevor Lawrence, man. Hey, when you got Travis Hunter, BTJ, you got this new coach that just came over there from I'm not saying he made Baker Mayfield what he was, but he got Baker the way he needed to be. They got 3 running backs who they going, just throw in, figure it out. They got an O-line they upgraded. And you have the strange thing in the tight end room. I mean, you're building right now, right? You're putting some stuff together. The coach seems to be locked in. I'm gonna just throw it out there. He's not a my guy whatsoever. But if I had to pick a random guy that is, put in the barber chair and say, "Look, man, you come here. I got you, right? I'm getting Trevor Lawrence."
That guy does not cut his hair. You see how long it is?
I got him. That's why I'm hooking him up. I'm hooking him up right now. Yeah, I'm going Trevor Lawrence though, man. I'm gonna give him his flowers, and hopefully Kodak Black and can come through and with the sniper gang, they do their thing, man. So what you think about Trevor? Or are we moving on to somebody else? Because it's got to be between. We both got to agree on the fifth one.
So this is the last one we have to agree on, right? I'll let me make a case then for. What about our dude Dak Prescott? I mean, if it's not you and me that's going to give him love, no one's going to give him love.
Well,
we think that he's going to be.
When you say Dak, I got to agree with you on that one, brother.
Yeah.
So.
Who would you rather ride and die with? The Targaryen on top of a dragon trying to pass to, BTJ and or are you going to go with your dude in Dallas and Dak Prescott, man? Passing. He also has two amazing weapons in George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. So,
hey, man, you got me. You got me,
right,
man. You listen, you ain't had to do too much. I was already on the edge. And like my boy OT Genesis say, Rob. You pushed it. You pushed me to the edge, baby. We gonna go Dak. We going Dak, baby.
Go get the money. Go get the money.
I gotta go get the money, man. We gonna get Dak.
You should have kept going.
We on the edge right
awesome.
now. You didn't have to push me too hard, but you pushed me. And we going Dak as number 5. So right now we gonna go JJ, Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield, Purdy, and Dak Prescott. It's gonna be
that's
our
one
top
hell
5.
of a QB room. That's one hell of a QB room.
That's gonna be our top 5. Now we don't mean like forever. We just mean if you look at your favorite site, Keep Trade Cut, for redraft, for current, not even just forget the websites. If you look at some point in the season, whether this year or next, those guys could have a tear. Well, because Rock, to be honest, let's say Lamar, Josh, Hurts, all these guys have a horrible 2-week stretch. These 5 guys might have a great top 2-week stretch and just keep moving up. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what this exercise is for. We're not saying that these guys probably won't make it, but if it was to happen, it can happen with these guys. That's who we betting on. That's who we banking on. And we're gonna do it like that, Rock, for the quarterbacks, man.
And I love that just because we're giving the people names that they can be drafting that aren't those elite guys that are going to produce at a very, very high level.
If you don't have a top 4 pick, you can still win with these guys, man.
But I will say, so after Hurts, it is Mahomes and then Caleb Williams and then Herbert in May. All those quarterbacks are going ahead of Bo Nix at QB 10. Baker Mayfield is the QB 15. JJ is the QB 18. Birdie is the 16. Dak is the 22.
Oh, yeah. No respect on the name, bro. No respect.
Yeah.
But we all know if Dak played in Seattle or Oakland, he would get some respect. But I keep telling you, you don't want to hear it, bro. I keep telling you, the Cowboy star people do not respect, man. I keep trying to tell you, man. You don't want to hear me, man.
Yeah, they're literally the most popular, sports franchise on the planet. Yeah, no one likes them.
Yeah, people hate you. That's why they popular, because people hate them.
Yeah, that's true.
Hate always outweighs the good, man. It always is how it is.
Hate.
The player haters ball, man. You know who
exactly.
Man. What's good, Terminal, man, in the building. And D-Walk said what's good, too. How you feeling, D? I see Paul. He got a question, man.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hook you up, brother, before we go into the running back. He said, is Kamara done after this season, and will Neal or Miller take over? Well, it's never going to be Miller time. You can pour that beer out, brother. And that's what she does with it.
Oh, my God.
I'm
awesome.
Cool. I'm going to smash that one like Stone Cold. But I will say, I believe, me personally, the team is so in rebuild mode. I don't think Kamara might make it through this whole season with the Saints. I think at some point they might just try to trade him, and he might ask for a trade, and Devin Neal might be that guy, man. That's my prediction. If I had to predict, Alvin Kamara staying with the Saints. I don't think he's done as far as like being a player, but I believe they're going to be so bad as a team. Why are we keeping them? Let's see what we can get for him, save some contract money, and let Miller and Neal figure it out. But Devin Neal, to me, will be a RB2 in the next 2 years.
That brings up a good point, and I think the reason why they're going to keep him is
Mhm.
because they want to sell tickets. There's still people always think of like when we think of NFL franchises,
Rock,
we
go
only
ahead,
think of the football side, but
I'm gonna
they
tell you
are
something,
still a
Rock.
business.
I'm gonna
What
tell
kind
you
of
something, Rock.
tickets are you going to sell
You know
with
why they don't
Tyler
want to sell
Shuck?
tickets?
Why
They
don't
could
they
have
want to
drafted.
sell?
They could have drafted Shador in the 5th round. That would have sold tickets.
They apparently went through their press conference. They had no interest in Shador whatsoever.
So they don't want
They
to sell
didn't.
tickets. That's the point I'm telling you. They don't. Even if you don't have interest, right? The same way you just said they want to sell tickets. The hottest ticket to sell was Shador. Even if you didn't take him in the 2nd round, you could
Yeah,
have took him
maybe
in the
you
5th.
could have sold a lot of tickets, maybe game one, but if you don't believe in a QB prospect, I mean, here, I don't want to defend them too much. They drafted Shuck, who I have way below Shador. So I think they made a terrible decision in drafting him as high as they did.
100%.
But Kamara is one of the best players that's ever put on a Saints uniform, period. He's going to be in the Ring of Honor day one as soon as he's done with them. But he is literally their entire offense. So as long as Chris Olave isn't in the blue tent, it's just those two guys. So I think that this is the time to unfortunately trade Kamara. He's one of my favorite players in the entire NFL. I think he should be in the same conversation as CMC and Derrick Henry as one of the best RBs to come out over the last 10 years. But he doesn't get the respect. He does play for a team that no one cares about. The hardest thing to do in fantasy football is to trade a player that is still productive so you can get value for him. I would trade him, after he has a couple of blow up games, because this will be, I think will be done after this season. And as much as I love Neal, he's one of my I just talked about him, my post rookie or post NFL draft rookie rankings. Neal was probably the most heartbreaking fall for me because I really, really liked him, but I cannot put any stock in a 6th round RB that went to a bad team. So I don't think he's going to be set up for success. He's not as dynamic. No one is as dynamic as Kamara. So if you need a superhero like Kamara to have any sort of offense there, you can't expect Neal or Miller to try to take over and be successful. They're going to draft another RB next year.
Yeah, and I do believe that. I'm just saying, I believe they drafted Neal this year to kind of say, this is our guy going, into this draft. Because this is, like we always talk about, Rock, this was the most loaded RB room class in a long time.
Yeah.
So if you had as a franchise get one, right? As much as I talked about the Cowboys don't draft running backs, they had to at least get one because the class is just so deep. But the same way how you telling us dynasty players to trade Kamara, I think the Saints are thinking the same thing, bro. Right? Imagine being a fan, Rock, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go spend this $180 so I can go see Kamara. I'm gonna stay at home and watch the Red Zone. I'm not doing that.
Oh
man.
my
Ain't nobody
Lord.
selling no tickets for no Kamara, man. I love Kamara.
They still have their diehard fans. They are like that's
So
it's not. No one's going to Pelicans games. They're going to Saints games.
That's the point I'm making. They're gonna show up. If you die hard, you're gonna be there without Kamara or not, bro. Honestly,
and I don't think the tickets are that expensive. Actually, I bet it's like Cleveland Browns prices. It's like $30 to $40 to go see, and I would pay $30 to $40 to go see Kamara, especially if it's going to be mainly him. So,
well, I say this,
see
man.
Derek Carr's sad face in there anymore. Now you get to see Shuck going from Carr to Shuck. That's terrible.
Okay, look, you look right. You made my point. You paid all that money to go see Kamara, and then Shuck goes out there, throw 3 interceptions, and they look terrible. You're gone by halftime. Now you pissed off. That's the point I'm making, right?
Oh my god.
Hey,
prayers up for the Saints fans.
Can we get some what you want to call it? Some alligator? Can we get some Cajun alligator, or do we want Kamara tickets? Which one you want, man?
We're gonna get some beignets at the Cafe Du Monde, and then we're just gonna be just gorging ourselves. We just sit there and just like,
exactly.
Oh, Kamara made a play, and then
exactly. Here we go. Here we go. So we hope we help y'all with that poll. But I just believe, me personally, if I had to bet on Kamara's future and I'm saying 2025 season, I believe. I mean, he asked for a contract. They did pay him. So I don't think he'll request a trade. But I believe if you're a reasonable organization that's in cap hell, you don't have any money anyway, you need to build for the future. What do you hold on to Kamara for, man? You wait 4 or 5 weeks, let him break out, have big games, and see what you can get for him. Unfortunately, and not every running back gets the respect Derrick Henry had, and they let him play out his whole career and let him pick his own poison in a sense, and he went to the Ravens. I just think Kamara is going to end up being traded to a team that really need a running back. And you go get you a late second round, third round pick for him and keep I'm not second, but figure it out. So hope help
Is,
out.
I think we stirred something up. I think the chat is hungry. Now they're talking about po' boys, alligator gumbo over in Dewey Jambalaya. Ooh.
I see. My bad, man. I ain't mean to get y'all stomachs growling, man. My fault, man. But it was funny that that Paul asked about Kamara, because our next one was the running backs. And I did want to bring this up though before we went to that. This definitely went longer than what I thought, but I ain't mad. We having a good time.
Yeah.
D-Walk actually said this, and I'm glad you brought this up on our show, D-Walk, because we always talk about enjoying leagues, having fun. And he said, have you ever walked away from a great team because the league was boring and inactive, and it's supposed to be fun, right? Not just a revenue stream. So for those that need to, I guess, break this down in terms, would you stay in the league because it makes money? Or do you just say, look, man, I got this great team. I know I can win, but the league is trash. People are inactive. They don't even really care. I feel like I'm winning in assimilation because my team is good anyway. But what's fun about just winning the league, right? Unless it's money that hey, it's going to pay my rent for at least a good 2 months or something. That's cool too. But ultimately, you join because you wanted to have fun, not necessarily to win this pot at the end solely just to play, right? So I'll let you talk about this one, Rock, and then I move on. I bring up mine and I move on from it. But what you think about staying in the league that you're the best team, but you're like, bro, this joint is trash, it's boring, it's just paying my phone bill for a couple of weeks, couple months?
I think it's it can be kind of like life where you have, you don't always have every single league in your portfolio is your favorite league, what's of all time. In the same way, for me, I have my inner circle of friends. I have my friends that I go to that are always going to be a great time, who are refreshing, who I like to do my favorite things with. And then I have other people who I have to necessarily deal with, maybe at work, and put up with. They're not going to be my favorite, person in the whole world. And sometimes leagues can be like that. You have the choice to cut that league, but since I tolerate those types of things in my life, I am okay with drawing most of my joy and most of my love from those few leagues that I really, really love, that I'm always going to be like in there with. And other ones, I'm going to be like, you know what? You still do provide a benefit for me. I do have this juggernaut team, and I'm going to feel great on that one day of the year after the championship where I get my money. So not every league has to, for me personally, be my favorite league of all time. But I'm also in 11 different leagues.
I was just about to say, those are the perks of being in multiple leagues, right? You get the chance to fail in one, but succeed in the other, or enjoy 4, but hate 3. Like, it is what it is, right? We all work jobs that we don't like, but we also got hobbies that we like. Once I get off work, I'm going to go do this and have fun in it. So sometimes, D-Walk, if it's going to pay them bills, sometimes you got to stick with it. And especially if you're the best team. I will say this, though. I was in a league recently that I actually won. I won in 24, and I lost the championship in 25. And then the other league was 2 leagues, pretty much almost the same people. One was an IDP and one wasn't. And the other league, I won that year, and I lost the year before. So I say all this, I'm 1-1 and winning and losing, but I was in the championship both seasons in both leagues. I quit both because the commissioner was a douche, and I was like, look, bro, I'm out of here. But so I felt D-Walk when he said this, because I literally had a championship team. I went in both leagues one of the prior 2 years, and I quit in the middle of the draft because he was just, I said, you know what, bro, just sell the team, give it away, do whatever you got to do. I'm good, right? Literally, when I left, a lot of people was kind of like, damn, Fizz, I really wanted to, play in the league with you. I wish you didn't leave. And I said, bro, I didn't want to leave, but I felt it was best for me to leave because this guy here is just whatever, right? But my team, literally, Rock, was a championship team. I won the championship. So I literally didn't want to leave. I'm looking like, bro, this is a easy money grab in a sense. I'm competing, but I could possibly keep this team, win, pay my bills, and be happy with it. I ultimately ended up stepping away. And I'm better with it. I ain't even mad that I left. So I will say, D-Walk, I don't encourage you to leave, especially if you're a championship team. But Hey man, if you gotta look at it every day and you don't feel like dealing with it, just put it out there. Hey man, I really want to sell this team. Y'all got anybody to replace me? I'll take my time with it. I won't just up and quit. But this is a great team. See if you can sell it, and I'll gladly leave. You know what I'm saying? Put it out that way, and maybe it'll work out like that, brother.
Boring is one thing, but if the commissioner or like what you're bringing up with your example is just a huge asshole piece of shit that is causing you stress, you don't have to deal with that shit. Yeah, leave it, drop it like a fucking bad habit. So.
And most of the time, I only stayed because the people there joined because I joined. So I just had to let it go, man. But hopefully we helped you out with that one, D-Walk. And let's get to these running backs, though, Rock. The running back position. What do you think about this, bro? I'm gonna let you kick this off. I started off with my first two in the quarterbacks. Give me your first two at the running back. We know Kenneth Walker is one because you pretty much gave us.
Let's start with that one first.
Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
Take a guess of where he's at being drafted. What RB do you think he is?
Well, we had D-Bro on here. He was like running back 5 or 4, but I don't think he's going.
Not D-Bro's personal rankings.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was the Kenneth Walker guy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
D-Bro was like, hold my candle. And they took him.
You got me thinking about facts. You got me now hold my candle. You got me thinking about our drafts. I'll say running back 14-ish.
So on KTC, he's the RB15. In ADP, like actual drafts, he's the RB20. He is going after guys like James Cook, Chuba Hubbard, our dude. Where is it? Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Derrick Henry. They're all going ahead of him. CMC, Kyron Williams, JT. So I've talked about Kenneth Walker many times before. I had him right there, with Breece Hall coming out in 2022, I believe. And last year, the craziest thing about it, everyone kept talking about he's not a receiving RB. He's not a receiving RB. He didn't get the opportunities. He didn't show in college. And last year, he was top 6 in a lot of different receiving categories. I also love just how elusive he is. He had 5.7 evaded tackles per game. That was behind only a couple different RBs, including James Conner, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, his athleticism, his speed, he had a 4.38 fist. That was like in the 99th percentile in that combine. Him and Breece Hall absolutely blew up that combine. But if they can get back to being a balanced offense, it's the whole reason why they fired their OC out of Washington. He was just way too much air raid with Geno Smith trying to be like Michael Penix there in Seattle.
Bro, but what did they expect? Did you see what Penix did the year before? I mean, what do you think he was hiring, bro?
Yeah, exactly. And also, too, he was not able to cover up all the injuries and inadequacies that they had on the offensive line. So he was like, oh, our offensive line just sucks. So we're just going to only throw the ball the entire time. When you have arguably, I think, the best RB room, I think it's between them and Detroit as far as number 1, number 2 punch. Okay. So, no, I absolutely love Kenneth Walker. And the fact that, I will say this, I'll end it on this. D-Bro is right on a lot of different things, especially things before they happen. So, I mean, Kenneth Walker at RB5 would be pretty insane. But I think if he ends up being instead of the RB15 or 20, he ends up being the RB8 or 7. I mean, would that be so insane to think that was going to happen? So,
well, we're talking 5, baby. So you put him in the 5. Let's keep it at 5. Well, I'm gonna give us your next one, but in the middle you doing that, I did want to bring up what Connor said. He said if you win shitty leagues, it pays for the fun one. So that's a good way to look at it too. Hey man, get the money and use it on something else. You know what I'm saying? So good assist right there, Connor. What you got for your next RB in the top 5, Rock?
So I think, in the NFL circles, if we're not talking about fantasy football, this name would come up. But since we're talking fantasy football, Derrick Henry, man. I mean, let's just give respect to the king. I mean, it was like him and Saquon Barkley, and nobody else was close to them last year. Derrick Henry still, I mean, it's so funny. I saw all these different clips. He's already training, running up hills, lifting up all these different crazy ass weights. That guy does not stop. He absolutely loves football. He spends a lot of time training. Or would you be surprised whatsoever if, at least during the season, I understand from a dynasty perspective, people don't care about age, or they do care too much about age, and they're not going to elevate him in the top 5. I'm going to just gobble up all the different Derrick Henry shares I can in drafts. So he's going to be holding down the fort. He should be a top 3 to 5 RB this year in fantasy football. All hail the king. So
there we go, baby. We're like, no goblin, man. But we're gonna talk about my next 2.
Oh my mouth. I was like, oh, a different word.
Good. It's all good, brother. It's all good. But I said I had to say this, Rock, right? And this is this might be actually redacting what I've been saying in my drafts. And maybe because those are drafts, these are a little different. But I'm gonna put respect where it's due. And you just brought up King Henry. I'm gonna bring up CMC, man. Let's get CMC back in that top 5. If we can get CMC at 95% health, Brock Purdy is paid. No more Deebo Samuels taking the ball from him in the backfield. If CMC steps on that field today, bro, and he is 95% of 100, because we don't know. We haven't seen or heard much about it. He suffered another injury late last year. But if we talking CMC, that guy that we know that runs the league when he's on that field and he's healthy, is no way this man can't be top 5 running back in this league if he steps on that field and he's healthy. And I believe Kyle Shanahan, they just re-signed him and gave him more money like 2 years ago. They didn't do that, bro, if they don't believe that he still can make it work. So for your Garendo shares, all those people banking on these guys behind him to step up, James and all them. All I'm saying is, man, CMC, if Derrick Henry can be a top 5 guy at 31 years old, whatever, CMC at 29, we all know what he can do. I'm going CMC as my number 1 in my top 5. I'm going to just put some respect on the name, man. And Patty said, Shanahan says CMC is healthy as can be. So, hey, man.
I don't believe any shit that comes out of his freaking mouth whatsoever.
Well, I'm in the same, man. We could put Derrick Henry in there, which I'm not, no knock on the king whatsoever. All hail the king. But if CMC is healthy, brother, hey, he's a steal in every single draft you got right now. All these people taking him late.
He's RB19. Derrick Henry's RB20 in KTC, and they're going really close to each other. CMC is still going ahead of Derrick Henry in startups. So he's RB15 compared to Henry at 19. So people believe in the rebound for Christian McCaffrey. Me personally, I think your 90 version of 95% may be closer to like 75%. I think those injuries will just start to pile up. I think his new 100% is maybe like 80% of what he used to be. But that's still better than most of the league. That's the thing.
I'm not guaranteeing that he is going to be there, but I'm just saying that he can. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility that we can see him at the top 5. I mean, A-Chan is possibly usually hurt, right? We saying Saquon could be on this curse right now. So that's 2 guys possibly moving back. Jonathan Taylor doesn't have the greatest bill of health. There's a lot of guys in front of CMC that aren't really the healthiest guys. James Cook right now might be in the contract limbo. We're going to see. But CMC, I'm putting respect on him. And my next guy, I'm throwing this out there, Rock. I know I'm going with the young Bucks, the young Pebbles, man, but let's get RJ Harvey in that top 5, baby. Let's get my boy RJ in that top 5.
Already? All right.
But listen, this is why, Rock, right? Because the hype is always real on the rookies, man. And if RJ Harvey goes out there game 1 and has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, first thing people going to do, all you're going to see on every show, RJ Harvey, is he the next so-and-so? You know how we get down, man. You know how I get down with these young guys. Everybody want to see the young guys succeed because they're the new, hot, youngest toys, and everybody want to play with them. I'm going RJ Harvey.
No, Diddy. There you go.
Hey, man, listen. All right, I got myself, man. All right, we ain't playing with the young, hot toys. All I'm saying is, man, all right? Yo, Tip, what's good, brother? How you feeling, man? You came in on the wrong time, man.
You came in at the best time, Tip.
You came in at the wrong time, man. We ain't playing with the young, hot toys right now. All I'm saying is RJ Harvey is a possibility that let's just say he outplays Omarion Hampton. He outplays Quinshawn Junkins. The first thing people gonna say is, "Damn, I wish I would have got him higher."
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a possibility, right? In the offense that he's in with Sean Payton, you can't tell me that it's out of the range of that possibly happen. Now, I'm not saying for the whole season, but I'm just saying we get to week 5 and week 6, and the Broncos letting RJ Harvey just work and do his thing. It's a possibility my boy is in the top 5, man. So we going RJ Harvey top 5, and that's how I'm gonna close it. CMC and RJ. And hey, man, we got a lot of abbreviations up in here, man. But we gonna do it that way. And then we gonna go to our last player that we can kind of agree on. But RJ and CMC for me, my boy.
You should have saved that one as RB5 because now I want to hear which one are we gonna mutually agree upon. Who's the first names that you could think of?
Well, to answer Tip's question, yes, 100%. I trust him. I believe Sean Payton when he had McGlynn and who's the other running back they got? Estime,
McLaughlin, Estime, and Javante.
But I'm saying those guys are still left. He was so tired of putting them back and forth, trying to figure out which one he want. He is over those guys, man. They are still on the roster. Don't get me wrong. But I believe Sean Payton, if he finds a guy that he loves, he is going to always show that guy love. And I believe RJ Harvey is his guy, man. So I'm standing on RJ Harvey.
I've never seen a coach fall more in love with a player than Sean Payton with RJ Harvey. And I know you put Payton in your top 5 coaches in the NFL. So they're what they're building over there. They got Bo Nix. They got that defense. We talked about that earlier.
Yep.
RJ Harvey went to the best situation of any RB in this class. So why not believe in it?
And I believe, honestly, they took RJ and he's going to help hide Bo Nix's flaws, right? That's why we talk about this all the time, bro. The defense is so good. We don't need Bo to throw 50 times. We're going to let RJ do his thing and Bo and they can be together on the same tip. Because if they would have took a receiver in the top 2 rounds, then I could say maybe they're going to pass it a lot more. But I believe we're going to have RJ Harvey running the ball, Bo Nix running the ball. And it's going to be a lot of groundwork going on over there in Denver.
And he is in, with all these RBs that can do both, running the ball and catching the ball. RJ Harvey is in that tier with Amari and Hampton, with Travion Henderson as one of the best, and Cam Scatterbo. Can't forget about my dude Scatterbo. As one of the best all-around dual threat RBs in this class. So yeah, absolutely love that.
No question, bro. So who the last, man? Who we gonna agree with on the 5th spot? Who we gonna live with, brother?
This is the toughest position for me. I know you're not the biggest RB guy. I love RBs more than any other position, them and tight ends. So the 2 positions that apparently don't matter in fantasy football that people don't care about. But it's just because of the toughness, the physicality. I absolutely love that. So some names on my favorite list, we got Alvin Kamara, we got Josh Jacobs, we got Kyron Williams. But one that I think maybe both of us can agree upon that's not in the top 5, who used to be RB1 in Dynasty. What about Jonathan Taylor? Jonathan Taylor, I know he's in a situation that's really, really tough. I don't want to go with Devon A-Chain. He's like RB6. I think that's just too close to being in the top 5. He's another RB that I love. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, man, I feel like does not get nearly enough respect. What were you going to say?
No. He appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, man. We got to get you on the show, man. Come through, man. Holler at me, man. We're going to have to get you come through, man, and holler at the people for me. But I will say, I think Taylor is close to that top 5 range. But I'm going to say this. He's not in it, and a lot of people don't put respect on him. So, why
He's
not?
the RB10. He's the RB10 in KTC. He's the RB13 in drafts. So
let's put Jonathan Taylor there. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Did you have a name that you were thinking of? Maybe your name's better than mine.
I was gonna go with OT. I was gonna go OT, baby. But you going JT.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put in JT, man. I like JT. I put some respect on him. The way he closed out last year with that run. I will say this though. If we get the A-Rich that I keep praying for every night before I go to bed, I don't know if we're gonna get. Oh man, hold on. I set myself up with that one, Rock.
No.
All right. No. But no, seriously though, if we get
You
the
and his
A-Rich,
grandmother, the only two people praying for his ass right
if
now.
we get the A-Rich that we all want, man, the guy who is on a contract that he can't lose, he gotta do his thing. I just say this. We might not see the JT that I think that we want, but if Anthony Richardson is out there doing whatever he's doing, we gonna see that JT that we all loved and we respected before the injury. So, and maybe with the coach losing the owner, I know him and JT didn't have the best rapport, but maybe they have a good season. Maybe they fight and surge for the owner passing, and they find some spark out of nowhere that they just try to smash the gas and say we're gonna win this one first. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's go with JT on that one. I don't mind that one.
That's great. Yeah, and how many players in the NFL can do what Jonathan Taylor does? It's very few. It's probably less than 5. So he definitely deserves.
Because he left Wisconsin, he's been a dog, man. So I'm gonna be honest. I know we moving on from JT, but man, when the Chiefs took Clyde over JT and Swift, I still can't believe that day, man. I just knew they was about to cheat and get Jonathan Taylor, bro. When they took Clyde, I was like, wow, bro, this is crazy work.
That was my first year of Dynasty football, and nothing greater could have happened for me personally than seeing my dude Jonathan Taylor and J.K. Dobbins, who were my first 2 picks.
Yes, sir.
In Dynasty football, and Patrick Mahomes. Then when they took freaking Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it, man. I can't believe it.
And people were drafting him 101. That was the crazy thing is too. Yeah. It's just like.
Oh, that was my first year in Dynasty too, bro. But I played college that year, and I knew about Jonathan Taylor just playing it on a fan track. So, yeah, man, we're gonna move on to the receivers. But hey, I love the JT talk because people don't talk much about JT as much as they should. So, receivers though, Rock, this is a position of need, the one of want, the one that we all love to speak on. And I'm gonna stand on my business, man, because this guy I've been reaching for. I'm not saying he's too far off, but I'm going to put him there because that's where he need to be. And I'm going Drake London top 5. We're going to get my boy Drake London in the top 5 real soon, Rob. So I'm going. Yeah,
and I'm very excited. I'm just as excited for him as I am for Michael Penix. I know you've been talking a lot about the OC in Atlanta. I mean, we have to thank God it's not Arthur Smith anymore.
Yeah. Praise up.
But I loved what I saw I was kind of upset that So I was in a league where I had Jalen Hurts and Drake London, and another guy had Kirk Cousins and AJ Brown. So we swapped our wide receivers 1 for 1 just because I really, really wanted the stack. Man, I'm not going to die over having a stack anymore. I wish I would have just kept Drake London instead of. I love absolutely AJ Brown, but man, if I would have kept Drake London, that would have been pretty awesome. So
I would have definitely congratulated you, but you gave it away, man. You lose. But I'm gonna say this, like I said, I've been standing on Drake London, man. I've been taking him over guys like BTJ, Nico Collins, Ladd, and maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. I don't know, but that is my guy, and I believe he's gonna have a real serious season this year. And
he's also the first wide receiver that's consensus in the top 3 that's actually had a breakout season. We've been pretty unlucky when it comes to drafting wide receivers in the top 3 of Dynasty rookie drafts. Drake London's the first one to have a top 12 season now. So that is saying something when you look at drafts over the last 6 years. So,
well, I'm gonna pull this one from the back of the line, and we're gonna move him up to the front. And the guys on the screen. We're going to get Big Rome in the building. We're going to roam in London, baby. This is going back to the Sparta days. I already told you before, Rock. We're taking it back, man, to sticks and stones, breaking bones. And I'm going out there with Rome and London, baby. You feel me? So I'm going with my boy Rome Adunze and Ben Johnson being who we all talk about. We love him. We love what he does. We love the offense. Now, he will have to have DJ Moore not play or get traded or move on or maybe get hurt. No, don't want it to happen. So when I say this, I don't mean right away top 5, but I mean a guy that if we had to bet can potentially hit the top 5 market at some point over the next year or so, it's going to be Rome Odunze 100%. And you could check me on it later on once it happens. So I'm going London and Rome, man. It's my two guys that I want to see elevated in this top 5 with the CD Lambs, Jeffersons, and Malik Neighbors and all these guys.
I think those are two really, really strong options right there. Absolutely love that. Those first two right there. I think the guy that I'm going with first, man, I wanted to go with BTJ. He is still the wide receiver 5 in startups and in KTC.
Because I think London isn't too far behind him, but I just had to say London because I know he's not officially in the 5.
Because we've seen BTJ fall in our mocks, but apparently, you know, when you look at the KTC and other drafts, he's not necessarily fallen. I think the first one that I have to go with, I mean, Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter is not. I know he hasn't played a snap yet, but we've never seen a wide receiver like him. I've never, seen this through prospecting and scouting a wide receiver like him. Just the way that he is able to defeat, whether it's zone coverage or it's press coverage or contested catches. I've never seen a wide receiver like Travis Hunter. So people want to talk about, with those clips of him like slipping on the grass and being like, oh, he's not a wide receiver. He should go to corner. Man, I love hearing that shit because those people are going to look so freaking stupid if Travis Hunter ends up being sooner rather than later. I think of all of the wide receivers that we're going to talk about, I think Travis Hunter has the highest ceiling. And I think he's being taken right now. He's the wide receiver 9 in startup. So he's taken at the beginning of the 3rd round. Okay. And he is the wide receiver 14 at KTC.
You know what I hate though, Rock? I hate when people talk about, like you just said, him slipping and not being as crisp with his routes. Same people go to new jobs and they park in the wrong spot. They take the wrong floor. They bring the wrong lunch, right? This is a new job, man. New environment.
They take the boss's parking spot.
You got to get comfortable, bro. Anytime you go to work, man, it's comfortable. People forget that football is a job. This isn't some hobby that these dudes just wake up and do. This is a job, man. Now he's in a new building, a new city, new state, sunny. Well, I think he's from Florida, so it's not new necessarily, but I'm just saying the guy is 20, 21 years old, man. Because I've been hearing a lot of hate on Hunter about he doesn't look serious, he's dancing too much, and BTJ isn't. Bro, the guy is 20 years old, coming off of getting married and coming off as the Heisman Trophy player. Let him be cool, bro. Like we just take this stuff too serious sometimes, man. So,
but we put people under a magnifying glass just way too damn much. It's like, man, why don't you guys get your own damn life and just do something productive instead of just always tearing people down, man?
We hating on them, but we at our desk farting and digging in the nose all day, and then doing no damn work, scrolling on Instagram. But you mad at this man for being at the highest level and just dancing. So it is what it is. I love that you took Travis because I didn't take him, but I would have loved to seen him. If that was our tiebreaker, it definitely was all green lights on that one. So what you got next, brother?
Here is a wide receiver that I was pretty critical of when I first started seeing him being drafted pretty damn high in our mocks. And I've completely 180'd on him. I'm now all in on Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey. So people want to talk about Malik Neighbors and they want to talk about BTJ as being the 2 best wide receivers from last year. And they were absolutely amazing. But the other guy that should also be in that same conversation is Ladd McConkey. Just from what he was able to do, I think he just came completely out of nowhere, being a 2nd round pick as well. I don't know. I'm very, very excited to see him and Justin Herbert just elevate both of themselves to new levels and for both of them to be the focal point of the offense. I think Amarian Hampton is going to be absolutely amazing. But when you have a guy like Ladd McConkey who basically can win at every level of the field, and also just I really, really appreciate really crisp route running and just being able to get open at your own free will. Ladd McConkey, I think, has to be someone that I think could have a top 5 season. Definitely.
Right. Well, look, I love the receiver position, bro. Those are my guys. Yeah. A lot of people call them divas. And maybe that's why I like it, man. I like how receivers just get to express themselves and you love it or hate it, but they're always going to be themselves. So that's always been my favorite
Yeah.
position. My favorite players come out of that position, and it is what it is, man. So I like the two guys you took. They aren't, well, Travis is a little loud, I guess, but they're young. Like we got a pretty much a young core right now with Drake and we don't have any old guys yet, man. So I'm gonna bring up my name, and you let me know how you feeling this one right here, and then we'll figure this out. So last of the 5 that we either want to see or need to see or believe is going to be in the top 5. And
we're gonna go with old man.
Nah, I was gonna go with an old guy, Rock, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This is a guy who hasn't reached, maybe even come close to top 5, but we all know the skill is there for him to be there with the right quarterback and right situation. And I'm gonna bring this one up, and I believe you might agree with me. Garrett Wilson, top 5, Rock. If we can get Justin Fields to throw that ball, lock on to his guy, because if Aaron Rodgers was there right now, I know you wouldn't have a problem doing it with him being locked in with Garrett Wilson. Could I agree?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Aaron Rodgers ain't there, so you could tell him goodbye. He's gone. Y'all know you love him, right?
Bye.
But I believe if Justin Fields is betting on himself, the coaching staff is betting on themselves, and Garrett Wilson being the guy that we wanted and we believed in coming into the season, into the league when he was drafted, is no reason Garrett Wilson can't be from. I think he's like what, receiver probably 18, 19. I know he drops every year, right? Let's get Garrett Wilson, G-Dub, in the top 5.
He's right 13 right now on KTC, and he in drafts.
He usually finishes like around 15 to 16.
He's 15 in drafts. He's at the beginning of the 4th.
So let's get him in the top 5, man. Let's get OSU love in the top 5. I know you ain't got to agree with it, but I'm bringing it up. You could bring up.
No, I think this is the honorable mentions one, or not honorable mentions, but making a case. See, I was thinking of, in the same tier, he's gone one spot ahead of him, JSN, who I think you can go with one or the other between him and Garrett Wilson. They're a dead even for me. But if we did want to go with an older guy, I know we both love Terry McLaurin and Tyreek Hill.
I'm not gonna lie, Terry was
and Devontae Adams.
Terry was Terry was my runner-up, and I thought about Jaden Daniels. I only brought up Garrett because I just want to put some respect on his name, because when he came into the league, bro, the hype was real, and I felt like he didn't get a fair shake with the quarterbacks and all this stuff that's been going on around him. I think it's time for him to get his break, and I just want to see him get it. But I was with you on Terry. I wanted to bring Terry up because of Jaden Daniels. I really wanted to bring that up.
What about Devontae Adams? Devontae Adams has been like a top 12 wide receiver every year of his life, and he's got the Rams offense now.
I just think it's going to be hard to have Puka and Adams in there at the same time.
No, they're going to pass the hell out of the ball. They're going to be scoring on every drive.
I'm with you. I can't call Adams though. That one's tough.
All right. Well, I'll let you decide
I'm not going to set it at Garrett Wilson, but I just believe, Dynasty DSAC can't really think of a more seamless transition than bringing in a free agent quarterback that played with your rookie receiver, your young star, and helped them get drafted in the first round. And of course, they play together in OSU. And I feel like we all know the year that DJ Moore came to Chicago, with terrible coaching around him, Justin Fields had a hell of a passing season. He had my boy Cole Kmet looking good, right? He kind of brought him into the tight end light. I don't see why people preaching about Mason Taylor right now, right? Also, all I keep hearing, Mason Taylor, he's going to get a bunch of targets. Why can't Garrett Wilson get the same amount of targets and also be a great receiver at it?
Yeah, no, I think they're both going to be the number 1 and number 2. Everyone just wants to dunk on the Lizard King, Alan Lazard, who's apparently still there. He's the only remnant or memory of Aaron Rodgers in New York. But no, who are we going with? I want to let you decide between Terry and Garrett Wilson, our OSU.
All love. Oh, damn, they both OSU. Damn, I didn't even think about that. You know what? Let's go both then, man. We're going to go both.
Oh, my God. All right, we're going to go with Terry McLaurin in the flex. So we'll go wide receiver.
We're going to break the rules, man. We don't care, man. down.
I want to have this discussion with you. It's a good debate. Bring up 6 rings dynasty comment about is OSU overhyped. So what
Okay,
this? Because I hear this all the time. OSU alumni. I want to hear your thoughts first before I weigh in.
well, you did. You missed out on Terry McLaurin there also 6 rings. Don't forget T Mac now. But I will say, is OSU overrated? Nah, I don't. To me, no. To me, no, bro. When you look at the hype now, I say this in the league so far, they haven't given us what we thought that they would, right? But look at the situations.
I don't agree with that. I think we've gotten a lot from the OSU wide receivers.
Well, I'm just saying, look at the situation though. Marvin Harrison last year, him and Kyler weren't on the same page the whole entire season. I was like written down in paper, right? Even Kyler said, listen, it ain't my job to get him the ball. Well, whose job is it? You the damn quarterback, fool, right?
I can't stand Kyler Murray. I don't know why people draft him.
So I'm just saying, Kyler Murray. Then you got Olave, who's had, you know how the car is with me, man. He had the car and it was never started, right?
It was a car wreck every other play.
It was a hybrid. It wasn't anything less or more, right? Then you got Garrett Wilson, who's had Zach Wilson. Aaron Rodgers played. He brought out the flag, and he planted the flag. I mean, look at what they've got, bro. I mean, look at Terry McLaurin. His quarterback.
It took a whole career before he finally got a QB.
So that's all I'm saying, 6 rings. You got to at least look at the circumstances, right? Chase has Joe Burrow. Justin Jefferson has one of the best play callers of all time, giving them a different playbook, a different guy every single year. Malik Neighbors had a terrible situation, but he got peppered targets. He led all rookies outside of Brock Bowers in targets. I mean, I'm not saying that his situation can't get better because it did when they drafted Dart. I'm just saying that LSU love hasn't come in the NFL because the situations have been horrible, bro. So I got to chalk it up to bad situations for OSU guys versus LSU just landing in the most perfect spots and getting all the love, man. LSU has a rabbit on the finger of that tiger, and they just win it, man. That's just how they doing it.
Well, I'm not familiar with that Aesop's fable right there with about fingers and tigers and rabbits. But
hey, look, I'm not scared of lions, tigers, and bears. All right, I'm just saying. LSU got that rabbit foot. BTJ, look, BTJ is over there in Jacksonville. I mean, think about it. Every one of these LSU guys are in a great situation. These OSU guys struggling, man. It's hard out here for one of those guys, man. A Buckeye. It's hard out here for a Buckeye, man.
Mm-hmm. I think that this is kind of a ridiculous argument only because I think both of them should be regarded as wide receiver year. But I think for me, when we see Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors, BTJ, before him, OBJ, they did run the league. I think that they are wide receiver U. I think that they produce the best wide receivers in the league. But I think OSU also produces, elite level wide receivers in the league. I think if you just take out the situation, you just look at what they're able to accomplish, their route running, and just the way they're able to defeat NFL defenses, like both schools have produced the best wide receivers in the NFL. And I think the real question is who's wide receiver university 3? There's nobody. It's just these two schools.
Yeah, I like that. I like that call.
So if you want to go with LSU as the best, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with that whatsoever. But don't act like Ohio State hasn't produced, like we talked about, Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, JSN. They're going to have Jeremiah Smith coming out, in a couple of years.
Rob, I was about to say now he could change this whole conversation. But
exactly.
But think about Igbuka, right? Even him. He's in a good team.
I was just about to say that Dynasty Alabama would be third. But they're a distant third. I don't think they're in the same conversation as these other two schools.
But think about Igbuka right now, bro. The situation he's in, he's looked at as the 3.5, maybe 4. I mean, we'll put him over McMillan. But I'm just saying
he's going to be another one that's going to produce at a high level. That's going to be underrated and just going to completely destroy NFL defenses, I think. So it may not be flashy, but he's going to be really good.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's fallen in a situation where BTJ, he was the best receiver on his team. Like all these, a lot of those LSU guys, they are drafted to just be literally they have a situation where they are either the only guy or the best guy walking onto that field. OSU, it seems like so far, I mean, Marv is clearly the best when he can get with Kyler, but his situation is just hasn't worked out that way. And I just think even
Michael Thomas, remember when he was dominating for those couple of years too? And he had a terrible injury.
I still got him on a bench somewhere. But I'm just saying, long story short, it seems like LSU just hasn't gotten the shake of getting in a situation where it was just like they're the clear one, or Garrett Wilson had that, and his quarterback room was just so bad. It didn't work out, man. So maybe they need to put one of these LSU guys on the Madden cover, and we can just change it up, man. Change the narrative up. Put LSU helmet on the Madden cover.
And I'm thankful that these amazing wide receivers from LSU have gone to situations like Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow. You know, we are hoping for Malik Neighbors to get another. Hopefully it is Jackson Dart. That's going to be absolutely amazing. So BTJ with your, Trevor Targaryen. So I absolutely love all these different situations, but I think both of them we should put as number one, number two. So,
well, look, sound like a future episode, Rob. This is a good debate right here, my brother. I like Soggy had to bring up that USC because Drake London and Jordan Addison is definitely two of my guys.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown, there we go, right? Now, granted, Addison came from he had Pittsburgh too.
Pittsburgh.
But, he wasn't even the best at USC. I think he was better in Pitt. But regardless, with this NIL stuff, man, players might have 5 different teams on their helmet at this point in life. But yeah, we're gonna have this conversation, bro.
That's a good topic. We'll have to save that for
I done seen more people in the chat since we talked about that than we was the whole time. So we're gonna get back at y'all with that one, man. And we're gonna enter the tight end room. No, in fact, now let's go over the receivers one more time before we leave. It was Drake London, Rome Odunze, Lad McConkey, Travis Hunter, Travis Lad McConkey, and then we both just added an extra person with Terry McLaurin and Garrett Wilson. So I like that.
That's really good.
I like that top 5 list because now we gave room for one person to slip out and the other one to just say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take this spot." So cool, we good with that room. That's our future top 5 of at some point in the season or next season. Going to the tight ends though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Let's just do 3. Oh, let's go 5. You want to go 5? Let's go 5. Let's go 5.
I can go 5.
I think when it comes to the tight ends though, bro, you gotta push it, man. You gotta push to the limit. You gotta go get the money, baby. Because the tight ends, we know what's going on around here. We gotta go get the money with the tight ends. And actually, you know what? We could go 5 because we had a tight end class that was really, really good. And I just say this, Rock. I don't know if we can remove the full list of top tight ends right now because I don't think it's that many afterwards to add. Maybe is it?
I mean, this is the. I feel like I'm echoing right now. Can you hear that? Oh, I'm good now.
Oh, you good? You good?
No, this is the one position where if you're outside the top 5, so if you go anywhere from 6 to 18, you can easily have a top 5 season.
Okay.
I mean, Jonnu Smith came out of nowhere.
He's still in nowhere right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Zach Ertz, Hunter Henry. I'm about to give away my whole list.
Go ahead. When you start, I'm gonna let you kick it off first, bro. Give me your top 2. I'll give you 2, and then
I was gonna say I'm just gonna give you the first 2 options because it might be a little bit tougher position for you to be.
I think I got my 2.
Okay. I want to pull up KTC. I don't want to speak in. I want to understand so the top 5 on KTC right now: Brock Bowers, McBride, Laporta, Warren, and Loveland. So, and then in drafts, in drafts, it's Bowers, McBride. Yeah, that's exactly how it is in drafts too. Laporta, Warren, and Loveland. This is going to be the easiest one. I don't care if he's number 6. We have to go with George Kittle as number.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm thinking. Like George Kittle, that's crazy. Like,
I mean, so if you break it down, whether it's through WARP or whether it's through point total or points per game, it was Kittle and Brock Bowers all of last year. So I am kind of worried that because he was so freaking amazing last year that maybe it's gonna, be a little bit of a drop off for Kittle. But I think pound for pound, what he does for either blocking and receiving, there is no other better, well-rounded tight end in the NFL as George Kittle. So the guy is an absolute maniac. I love the way he plays the game. He is the top receiving threat in San Francisco. So I think let's keep it moving after Brock Bowers. Or not after Brock Bowers, sorry. After George Kittle.
Yeah, I agree with that one, though, 100%. He would have been on my list if you didn't bring him up. But what's next, brother?
I think the next one, I'm going to save him for, I think he's going to be our tiebreaker. Dude, David Njoku is one of my favorite tight ends in the league. And he's got his old pal, Joe Flacco, back in town for Cleveland. So I think, he went on an epic run for a couple of games when they had Joe Flacco a couple of years ago in Cleveland. So I want to put him in the top 5 as well. He's going to be my number 2. He's going to be, I think it's between him and Judy, who's going to be the top receiving threat in Cleveland. So I also love his situation as well.
All right. Well, we're going to have to do with this one, Rock. We're going to have to extend this one past 5 because we have some rookies. We got some rookies, man, that I think deserve a little bit of respect. That I don't think they're going to reach that top 5 rank right now. But like you said, it could be 2 weeks and they earn it. So I'll just say this. I think this tiebreaker one I'm going to save because I think we are 100% right on this tiebreaker one. I'll keep him for later. But I'm gonna say Evan Ingram, man. Evan Ingram was brought up earlier in the stream. And I think Sean Payton doing what he does, I always say this every week. Sean Payton didn't waste no time, or the Broncos didn't waste no time. Evan Ingram got cut. He had a job the next day, man. The man walked out of the building in Jacksonville and had a flight booked to Denver in like 5 minutes, man. So for him to get signed as fast as he did, get the contract, and he seemed motivated. He had a tweet about, hey, I'm going to show them or whatever he wrote. I just think Evan Ingram, man, is going to be a locked-in top 5 for us weekly. And I think Debro got him as a top 4 right now currently. So I don't know if this is even a surprise, but I'm rolling with Evan Ingram to hit that top 5 mark for me. And we all know my boy Kyle Pitts is going to be top 5, baby. We all know that, man. We going to always push it. We going to always do what we got to do. And we going to turn up on the Tuesday. We going to have the club going up, Rock. You feel me? Usually that's the draft sound, but we got to get the club turned up, baby. And we going to Kyle Pitts, top 5, dead or alive. And my boy is going to be there. So Evan Ingram and Kyle Pitts there for me, Rock. And it ain't a hard decision for me, baby.
Absolutely love that. Evan Ingram has been, I think, arguably one of the best fantasy players over the not last year, but the 2 seasons before that, including where he broke the record for most receptions by a tight end.
Yeah.
Man, he was the biggest steal in drafts. People were going for Travis Kelce and for some of these other guys. But no, Evan Ingram was always the truth. So he is coming off of he missed 4 games with a hamstring injury. He also tore his labrum in his left shoulder. But outside of that, I'm hoping that I usually do not like drafting players who are coming off injury, especially if they're going to a new team. But if there's anyone that's still going to have some production, and especially with how much Sean Payton has really sought after a good tight end that he can implement into this offense, he's going to be the number 2 receiving option for Bo next, I believe. So, yeah, I absolutely love that. And Kyle Pitts he's the guy that I'm hoping returns back to that elite status as a top 5 dynasty tight end. He is not there right now. I really, really hope that Michael Penix and him can just get on the same page next year, or he gets traded. But the league would be far, far better if one of the most athletic, greatest tight ends we've ever seen come out of college as far as a prospect goes actually produces at a high level. He's probably still what is he, only like 21 years old still?
Bro,
he's still like, young as hell.
Yeah, he got to be like 23, I believe, 20, something like that. So I just say this, right? I love me some Kyle Pitts. Everybody knows it. If
he's 24. So.
Okay. If he got traded, give me not an unpredictable situation, but give me a predictable landing spot that you think would be good for him to progress. Because I think, I'm not gonna lie, having Evan Ingram get signed, having the Rams take Ferguson in a second. I'm not saying that the Rams still wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying he had a lot of things happen between free agency and the draft that now the options seem a little bit less elite. So give me a one team that you could say today, if he got traded, that we would get that top 5 Kyle Pitts 100%.
So I'm looking right now just through teams, and I'm trying to think of a team that really loves to utilize the tight end position that doesn't really have one where Kyle Pitts could just start day one. I think the first ones that come to mind, like I would love to see him either in Houston. I want him to see him ahead. I think Jake Ferguson is pretty solid. I know it would be pretty awesome to see him in a Dallas uniform. But yeah, the number one, I mean, as much as I love Noah Gray, I don't care about Noah Gray if Kyle Pitts goes to Kansas City.
I believe last year I screamed to holler for Kansas City, but I'll give you 2. I'll give you 3. Yeah. You mentioned most of them. Actually, all of them except for one. Kansas City Chiefs, 100%. The Dallas Cowboys, 100%. Not just fandom. I believe that can bring the best out of Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
He will be top 3 on people's list just because of what that can do. But I think the sneaky one here, if we saw this Jonnu Smith talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arthur Smith wanting to get his guy back. If the Miami Dolphins just for some reason found a way to give Pittsburgh Steelers Jonnu Smith and the Miami Dolphins traded for Kyle Pitts, I believe having that offense with Pitts, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Achane, that would be crazy, bro. I would love to see that. And he came from Florida. He played in Florida. That would be perfect match to me outside of the Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cowboys. I think Miami Dolphins is a dark horse play for a Kyle Pitts if they can get Jonnu to the Pittsburgh Steelers like they claim they wanted to.
Dude, what would you think of if he went and replaced Mike Gesicki down in freaking Cincinnati? If he can have a productive season?
Well, I was hearing over the offseason that they was trying to send a 3rd rounder for him before the draft, but I don't think it happened.
Either him or Zach Ertz replace his old ass. I love Ben Sinnott. I really do love Ben Sinnott, but like he could step in right away.
Sure. But this is the crazy part, right? That's why I wanted to bring this up. I know this is my guy, so I'm a little overglazed with this one. But people talk about Kyle Pitts as much as they want. If he got sent to the Commanders, if he got sent to the Dolphins, the Cowboys, people will be trading their lives away to go get Kyle Pitts. I don't care how much they dream and holler, they don't like him. If he went to a better situation or a situation where we thought would be the value would rise, there's no way you're going to tell me you wouldn't take him then. So,
he'd be like that family member you don't talk to for a couple of years, and then he's like, "All right, you come on back in. You're joining back in the circle."
Exactly. So, that's what I'm saying, man. I still love me some Pitts. Everybody know that, but I believe a dark horse team to me, if the Miami Dolphins did it, I would love that. But also the names that you mentioned, the Cowboys, the Rams, and the Chiefs, definitely all teams I would love to see it work out in. So I close out with Pitts. I know I said that we can extend it. Let's go 7. So we'll keep the tiebreaker for 7. You go 1, I go.
Each pick one, maybe one more. I'm going to go with a rookie then. I think that's
that's me too. I want to bring up a rookie name too, but go ahead.
I am going to go with. Man, I'm kind of conflicted because
I know your guys over there in Seattle, man. Go ahead and talk about them, Rock.
So Elijah Arroyo is, one of those guys that I really, really do like as far as a prospect goes. Just his explosiveness on the field, especially to be able to stretch the field. But I don't know if you saw this. The only other guy I've been trading for, Fizz, is AJ Barner out of Seattle.
Because you know what? I've been seeing that, bro. I just noticed that. Yeah.
I got 5 shares of him.
Yeah, I've been noticing.
And the reason why that is I heard someone on a podcast talk about
where
how
is he ranked at, bro? I'm saying looking right now.
he's the tight end 45.
I'm about to say I don't even see his name. What the hell?
Yeah, he's the tight end 45.
Okay.
He is gone. He's gone to his 2nd year, and he was arguably their best tight end last year. Noah Fant, I think, is like, I don't know, he's like $12 or $18 million against their cap. So I wouldn't be surprised if they cut his unproductive ass because he's scored, I think, 2 touchdowns in 2 years or some shit like that. He's done absolutely ever since Adam probably put on his jersey. He's been just completely cursed. There is the Madden curse, and then there's the jersey curse. Do not put on jerseys of your favorite players.
Hey, yeah, don't Adam last name start with an M. It's Adam Madden now. Adam Madden. That's his last name.
Exactly. And he probably has like 3 different Saquon Barkley jerseys. So he's just completely fucked. But no, Noah Fant.
I just saw this soggy.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. He burnt his face, and then he had the Jason mask for Halloween. It was the most fucking badass thing I've ever seen.
And Joker pulled up looking like Dark Man. You ever seen that movie Dark Man, Rock?
You don't know about Dark Man, Bruce Willis, Liam Neeson.
Listen, I know about that Dark Man, baby. My man came up looking like Dark Man, but he did his thing though.
Take the fucking elephant. Yeah, I absolutely love Dark Man. But no, Noah Fant, one of my, he had such an amazing year, his rookie year with Denver, hasn't done shit since then. They're going to they could very well cut his ass to save 12 to 18. I don't know what the contract is, a whole bunch of money. And they're going to have left Arroyo and AJ Barner. And AJ Barner, he is far better as a well-rounded tight end. He can block and he can receive. I think he had like 4 touchdowns last year. He didn't do much in the receiving game, but just as someone who can be on the field that is dependable, that can catch the ball, I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Barner gets the nod ahead of Arroyo. So just because of what he produced last year, and Arroyo is a liability when it comes to blocking. So if he's more in a Brock Bowers Kincaid role where he's just basically a slot receiver, but they already have Kupp, they already have JSN in that role, that's the only thing that I worry a little bit about Elijah Arroyo. So, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to go with AJ Barner as my sleeper. I'm going to go with AJ Barner as my sleeper.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to lie. AJ Barner is a sleeper, Rock.
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to give you that one, bro.
No, let's just go with Terrence Ferguson. He's out in LA. He's the most athletic tight end that's coming out of this class.
How you going to take my answer, man? Come on, Rock.
I'm going to go with
go ahead. I'll let you go turns. Go ahead.
Right.
You going turns for real?
Yeah, I'm going Terrence for real.
Okay, all right, let's go Terrence. That was definitely my answer. Once I heard you say who you went, I'm like, bet I can go with my guy. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go, since you done took my rookie, I ain't want to say no other ones. But
go Brenton Strange.
Nope, I'm gonna go with a guy that people don't like, people don't want to talk about, they hate on, they say he washed up. I'm going Travis Kelce, man. I think Travis Kelce this year, they say he's back in Miami working out, and everybody got a stat line for everything, right? These people follow these celebrities and athletes to the core.
He's lost 25 pounds.
Last I heard that last time he was in Miami was his blow up season where he had 20 points a game and blah, 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 blah. So if that's really the remedy, maybe he do it again. But I'm going Travis Kelce to put some respect on his name. If Kittle can continue doing it, if TJ Hawkinson, who's just had a big major injury, we can hype him up and fluff up his value. I don't see why Kelce can't just say, hey, y'all forgot who I am. Like, I'm really that dude, right? And Rashee Rice maybe not playing early. Maybe he misses more than half the season with an injury and legal battles. Travis Kelce can literally step into this offense with his guy who he got a steakhouse with and pretty much lock in every single week. So if I got to bet on a guy that's not in the top 5 to get back, I got to put some respect on my boy Kelce, man. So
I love that. Yeah, I think we're just overthinking it with him. Let's just see one final amazing. And he was the tight end like 6 last year. Despite him being like terrible, he was tight end 6. That means everyone else was trying hard as hell.
Right? When you number 1, people see you at 6, man, you washed up. You're horrible. You're trash, right? So, what
does that say about the rest of the tight ends? So, like, they're trying as hard as they possibly can. And they can't even get past old man Kelce, who can't, apparently he's washed up and he's still washed up, still being in top
6,
5.
Right?
Yeah. So,
so we got Ferg, we got Andrew, we got Kelce. What's your 7? What's the tiebreaker? What we going?
You already know which one.
I know. I accidentally just said it. So go ahead and bring it up, bro. Go ahead.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews is the answer. That is my guy, our guy.
Yeah.
He's the tiebreaker to finish top 5, bro. I know last year people hated him, right? And I kept bragging. I remember me and Cooper had this conversation. I said, Coop, bro, the man has scored 11 or 10 touchdowns in 11 weeks, man. The man kept scoring touchdowns every week. Remember, he had a bad leg injury. He started off, everybody thought Isaiah Likely, oh, yes, he got 40 points in first game. He had the big toe tap outside the end zone. Man.
Big ass toe. He's got the biggest ass toe in NFL history. Freaking Mike.
I mean, Kevin Durant got him in the NBA, so I understand it. But I just feel like, man, that Likely hype. I like Likely, though. I really believe Likely should be their receiver, too.
He's good for like 4 weeks and then doesn't do dick for the rest of the year.
But I think he should be their receiver 2 or 3, Rock. He shouldn't be playing tight end. I think if they found a way to keep him on the field instead of losing him when Andrews is healthy, it just doesn't make sense. But regardless, I'm an Andrews guy, you're an Andrews guy, and I think watching, especially after dropping that 2-point conversion, I think Andrews is being he's a silent assassin this offseason. You ain't seen no videos of him. You don't even know he's still on the team half the time because he's been quiet. And I think Andrews is going to remind people this year why he's still that dude. And shout out to Mark Andrews, baby. We're going to go with the tiebreaker for my boy.
So from week 6 to 18, and there was a week 14 bye, he scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 touchdowns in 1, 2, 3,
12 weeks.
Yep. He scored 11 touchdowns in 12 weeks.
And 2 or 3 of those games was multiple touchdowns. It was like 1 or 2 in a game. So
week 7 against Tampa Bay, he scored 2. Everything else. So he didn't score a touchdown versus Denver. He didn't score a touchdown versus Pittsburgh. Every other game, he scored 1 touchdown.
I mean, but Rob, this is what I remember because I kept staying on Andrews. I was like, man, last year maybe I had to add him. I don't know. I had Pitts and Andrews as my 1 and 2, and it was a horrible sight, bro. It was horrible.
Man. Oh my Lord.
But that was my first year in the business, man. I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked in now. So, I was talking out of my ass for sure, but I definitely, I definitely did that. I see Connor, man. He said, by far the most entertaining Dynasty shows. Let's do top 3 tight ends, does 7. Man, sometimes you got to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
that's just how it is, man. It's just like, the rules, and me and Fizz do not like rules.
Days, brother. You ain't supposed to eat that extra cookie or whatever. You got to say, you know what? It ain't but 2 left, man. Why I'm going to lead this? I might as well just finish it, So we're going to add an extra couple because that's just what we do, Connor. But we appreciate you being here, brother. But yeah,
no rules. Yeah.
So tight ends, we went Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
We went who was your second one?
The Njoku, burnt face.
Oh, okay. Dark Man. Here we go.
Dark Man.
Yeah, Njoku. I went Kyle Pitts and who was my other pick, Ron? I'm tripping, bro.
Evan Ingram.
Yep, Evan Ingram, Kyle Pitts. We both had Ferguson. Well, you took Ferguson, but I agree with you. I put Travis Kelce, and we ended with Mark Andrews. So we did go 7 out of the top 5. And hey, maybe they tie in points and they top 5 plus, like tie 5. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
the T5 we're gonna call it. So yeah, man, that's the rundown. Our top 5 that we kind of sort of created and hopefully comes in fruition at one day at one point of the season. And I'm gonna be honest, Rob, it could even be for 1 week. If we got it right, we got it right. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be for the Dynasty season. Don't gotta be for the whatever. It could be for 1 week that we hit on those 5 and they all seamlessly are in the same boat. And I'm gonna say, you know what? We got it right, man.
It's gonna be Bowers, it's gonna be McBride, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of other people. So
I'm saying for all the positions, not just tight end.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for quarterback, running back, receiver. It could be 1 week that we get this stuff right with Henry and CMC being in the top 5, and we gonna come back to this show and say, I told you, man. I told you. You know what I'm saying? So
going through this list, it makes me want to do another startup. So I am glad that we have the mock-up tonight where we can draft all these different players that we absolutely love.
Yeah.
And I hope to see, everyone that's in the chat right now tonight, 7:25 p.m. We'll be live.
And I will say this. Why not? Since Rob's talking about leagues, this isn't a startup, but I am doing an underdog style draft. For those that play underdog, basically, I think I'm gonna do 16 teams, and won't be no free agency. You just draft all your team. Boom. We're gonna roll it like that. $5. I know you said do it 10. I know
Dude,
you
10,
said do it
man.
10.
Dude, it's just $5 more, and it's
Rock,
twice the
reason why
amount.
I'm making it 5 because I'm gonna do multiple ones. I'm gonna try to do like 2 or 3 or something like that. So I'm gonna do 5. When to take off 16 teams, underdog draft. You just draft your whole team. We're gonna roll with it. For those that want to join, I had the links out, and for those that just want to watch, you can just watch me win all the money, man. So let me see. Dynasty, what you said, this is what happened. I sent out a message. Oh, yeah. That's right. We're gonna get Rock in there too, Dynasty. I got you, brother. He
just didn't tell me about this. I guess it was gonna be a surprise.
Well, we was waiting to fill it. I ain't want to just invite, but I think he did tell you. No, you know what? This is when you went out of the country, and I told him I was gonna get at you later. So that's what it was. You was out of the country.
He's getting at me now, so it's all
There
good.
we go. So I'm gonna get you plugged in with that with my boy Dynasty. But again, we appreciate y'all. Brian showed up, man, the last minute, but it's never the last minute when you in the building, my brother. We appreciate you. 7:25. We'll be back. I'm gonna make this thumbnail in a little bit. The link will be up, but also don't forget to like, subscribe, leave them comments if you got to. Tell us if you think our top 5 is trash, if it's garbage, if we crazy, if you crazy. Yeah, we appreciate everybody that's always watching, always tapped in, man. Anytime you need something, you want to holler at me, always hit me up. And Rock, what you got to say before we get out of here, my brother?
I think the only thing I want to say is I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the people that tune in every week. I absolutely love being able to do this. And I think it's really, really important, Fizz. Like today or yesterday, man, I was feeling some type of way about things that were going on in my life. I'm one of those people that go ahead and just replay things over and over and over again. Yeah. So if you're like me and you can overanalyze things that are negative in your life, just remember, think about the things that are a blessing in your life. Think about the things that you're thankful for, and have things like, it is a huge blessing. I get to look forward to doing this show with you. I have not thought about whatsoever in the last 2 hours the negative things that were going on in my life. Yes, so I very much appreciate you and the people on this show. Get outside. The weather has been beautiful, and get your mind right and clear those negative things out and look forward to the positive things. So that's my word of wisdom, and I appreciate you guys. Looking forward to tonight.
Well, you know how my week has been, brother, since Sunday. So long week for your boy. It's going to continue to be there, but I'm going to get there. But I ain't thought about it all day. Like I told you the other day, Rock, I'm past it, man. I'm cool. Everything is smooth. And I ain't even think, I moved on to the next thing, and we going to move on to the next episode. So we going to see y'all tonight, 7:25. The link will be up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hold on, anytime moms needs to comment at that, what you got to say? Well, she said, doesn't plan on working. Change the plan. Never change the goal. Stay positive. Stick to what you love. And
I really appreciate that.
That's why we love you, Mom. So we're going to get up out of here. See y'all tonight, 7:25 Eastern time. And if you're on the West Coast, hey, be in traffic while you're driving. I don't know what you got going on, but make sure you're tapped in. We over here. It's the vibes, baby. We love you. We appreciate you. And we out of this thing. Y'all at 7:25.